Alright, welcome to another calculator tips and tricks. This one we're looking at using our Classpad calculator to simplify down the process when we're working out estimates of integration or the area under a graph using either the left or right endpoint sort of box estimate method. Now, this question pops up here. It's asking us to calculate the area between x equals 2 and x equals 5 under the function 9 take away 0.1 x squared. In this particular case, they want us to use the left endpoint estimate, and they're saying, hey, let's do it with a rectangle of width 0.5. Cool. So again, left point's obviously where it's going to be going up to, and each one is going to be 0.5 in width. So to work out the area of each of the rectangles, obviously this first rectangle here, it's going to have a width of 0.5 and it's going to have a height of whatever the function is at 2. So we're substituting in 2 into this particular function here. We'll get that value, and then to work out the area of the rectangle, obviously we do the width by the height, and we'll get how many square units there are there. We do that process for each of these boxes, we add them together, and we get the total square units under that particular function. So you could do this. That's all right here. Okay, there's 6 rectangles that you'd have to work out. It's achievable. You add them together and get the answer. However, if you were doing either smaller intervals or a greater area underneath the graph that required more calculations, it's going to be a little bit time consuming to use this technique. So again, this is where the calculator comes in useful. I'm using the Classpad 2, which is a Casio. I would be recommending having a look at the spreadsheet section. So let's have a look at the spreadsheet section now. Alrighty, so very similar to Excel on a computer. Obviously, it is a spreadsheet software, and we can do similar types of things. So what we're going to do first of all is I'm going to list each of these particular points that we're going to be going from. So from x equals 2, we're going up by 0.5s through to 5. Now again, you can sit here on the Classpad and you could type all these out. 2.5 is another 0.5 on from that, 3 and so forth. If you had a lot of those to type out, it's going to take you a long time. So again, a good little trick here is we can just say, hey, we're going to use a formula. Whenever we're using a formula, they start with equals, so we type in equals. We can say, hey, it's going to be this particular cell. I've just clicked on that with the stylus. Or you could type in whatever cell it is, which is A2, and we're going to say, hey, it's going to be plus 0.5 on from that one. And it will do that calculation for us. The good news is once you have that sort of formula happening here, you can use the fill down method. So again, we want to go down for 6 of these rectangles. So we're going to go from here and we're going to go down to 6. Now notice, this is a common mistake that happens here is you'll go to click on it and you'll go and you'll drag it to select that area, but what happens is it's actually moving the object if you click on it once. So the technique I recommend is if you click on there once and then you click and then release and then click and drag a second time, it'll turn to the selection of those areas, of those cells. It's a little bit painful, you just have to get the hang of it. So now we've got this area filled in, the selection done. We're going to go to edit and we're going to go to fill down. Now where it says fill down here, because we've already selected the range with the stylus, you can go fill range, and rather than saying, hey, I want to fill in from A3 to A6, we already selected that, and that was the purpose of that before. And we can click OK and it will do that for us. Perfect. Good. So we've got the widths sorry, we've got the heights that we need to be substituting into the function. Sorry, the x values that we're substituting into the function. So now we're going to actually calculate those heights at those particular positions. So we're going to use a formula for this. So in this particular case, as you can see here, it was 9 take away 0.1 times x squared. Here we've got our x value, so we can use that formula. So let's type in equals. It is 9 take away 0.1 multiplied by the x value, so I can click on the x value, which in this particular case is a1. Actually, let's do multiplied by a1, and that is squared. So to the power of is the little up hat, to the power of 2. Cool, we have that there. Let's actually type in the formula correctly. It's 9 take away 0.1 times the x value to the power of 2. That looks much better. As you can see here, it is the 8.6 that we were looking for when we substituted 2 into the function. To get these other ones here, again, you don't need to type in the formula multiple times. You can use the fill range idea again. So let's do that. Again, if I click and drag, you'll notice it's moving it. So again, let go, wait, click and drag again. Edit, we go to fill, we're going to go fill range, we're going to go OK. Cool, it's run that calculation now for each of those. Alright, to work out the area of these boxes, the width was 0.5 multiplied by the height of the boxes. So in this next column we can do that calculation. We can do, remember it starts with an equal sign because it's a formula. We go 0.5, which is the width of the box, multiplied by the height that we've just calculated. So it's in cell B1 here, which I've just clicked on. It'll do it for us. Perfect. Again, you don't need to type this out multiple times. We can use the fill range functionality. Don't move it, let go, re-click it again, edit, fill a range. It's got the range filled in for us. Perfect, it's run those calculations for us again. Now, we have each of the areas of those 6 rectangles. We can get our calculator to work that out for us as well. So again, any cell that you want to work out the total in, it doesn't matter. I'll do it in this one. It's equal to, we want to get the sum. Let's go list calculation. So calc list calculation sum. And then you need to select the items you want to sum together. So we want to sum from this one through to here. So cell C1 through to cell C6. We close the brackets after that, so it'll sum everything that we've got in there. Press execute, and we get the total there for that. You can see it's just done exactly the same as calculated here in this example. 23.62. Thank you very much for following along. I hope that you can have a play around with your calculator and have some success doing these types of calculations also. Bye for now.